This is Teddy Keckstedt from Forex Trading Unlocked, and we are trading analysis, trading signals and analysis. We are going to cover the Euro US dollar. We are also going to cover the Euro pound, the Euro yen, the Euro Swiss, the Euro Australian dollar, the Euro New Zealand dollar, the Euro Canadian dollar, and even the Euro Bitcoin. So if you have any questions while we're going through this webinar about any of these Euro cross rates, just let us know. Okay, you can leave it on either Twitch or YouTube or whichever one of the social medias that we are broadcasting to. And don't forget to like, follow, and share, and spread it to your friends. Once again, I'm Teddy Keckstedt. We're going to have this is all about the Euro cross rates. Just to give you a little background, I've been in the trading industry for over 30 years, trading Forex futures, stocks, options, and binary options. I have a finance degree from DePaul University, over 20 plus years on the trading floors. I started at the CBOE, was mostly at the CME, and then also at the CME Board of Trade when they did the merge. I'm also the president of Forex Trading Unlocked and author of the book High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns. With that, we just want to give you our disclaimer to remind you that this webinar is for illustrative and educational purposes only. All right, today's focus is going to be Forex market analysis, trading signals in the various Euro cross rates, trade management, Forex trades, futures options trades, binary options trades, ETF trades. All major Euro cross rates are covered. Once again, the Euro US dollar, the Euro pound, the Euro Swiss, the Euro yen, the Euro Australian dollar, the Euro New Zealand dollar, the Euro Canadian dollar, and the Euro Bitcoin. Maximize your Forex trading potential, find Forex trading opportunities, get a microscopic view of what the Euro cross rates are doing. The best indicator, I've always said, is the market. And so when we're going to look at the Euro, we're going to use the other cross rates to get a bearing on what it's doing. And also have a little Forex trade management, futures options trades, binary options, and ETF options trades. With that, let's go to the Euro US dollar. We're going to pull up this chart for you right now and see what is going on. So we have the Euro US dollar pulled up here. All right, we have the market has made higher move highs today, especially on the hourly basis. As you can see, we had a spike high early on in the session. Since we spiked high up there, just above $1.2210, we have been trading lower for the most part all day, and currently trading near session lows today. On the daily basis, though, we spiked high, because you can see we made a higher move high after having made a higher move low. This low from a little over a week ago at $1.2056. This is going to be our big bearing for direction. If we have a failure here, then odds are we will be pressing the $19.83 down to $91.15 areas right here. Critical support would be right around this $18.47 to 40 support band right here. I think any extended corrective sell-off, and right now any sell-off, will be viewed as a short-term correction right now. The dollar is a definite aggressive bear, grinding lower again with most of the currencies. See how this pans out over the next couple months. But remember, we do have Brexit, which is going on, and then the 31st, irony of it all, the UK and the EU, as if we didn't know this was going to happen, have not come to too many deals as far as the end of the year. Just some very short-term preliminary things. Irony, the UK has solidified trade deals and all kinds of geopolitical structures as the UK regains its sovereignty, with 57 plus countries, and EU and its confederation of countries has yet to really stabilize anything and is still putting up a fight. So that's pretty interesting how the rest of the world is moving forward, but the EU is still trying to clamor and hang on to that. So not affecting the euro, or is it? So let's see what is going on here with the euro. We move over to the, let's see what's the next topic here. We have the Euro US dollar. Let's go to the Euro pound. Okay, so for the Euro pound, let's pull up our chart again. And let's see, here we go. Where did we go with this? Here it is. All right, so for the euro and the pound. The euro pound, as you can see, has been in a very volatile wide range trade for the past couple of sessions. It topped out around was it 92.31 and had a low of 89.82 just a week ago. So it crossed a lot of territory back and forth. This is one where you can obviously see where the euro strength has started to wane. Today it's a little more positive on the day. Maybe that's probably because of what it's doing to the dollar. But as far as this currency cross is concerned, the euro pound looks like it may have set its range for the rest of the year. Remember that we do have the Brexit coming on, so this would be the 31st. I think that you're probably going to be contained within this area. Remember, next week is going to be a shortened holiday week as well as the following week. We're heading into the end of fourth quarter, end of 2020, the year we all want to get through, and especially with the Brexit, no Brexit deals on the table still, I think you're going to see a lot of consolidation in the euro pound, not necessarily in the euro versus other currencies. Now we have the euro Swiss. What do we have going on in the euro Swiss? Well, this is a different case. The euro corrected against the Swiss and as of last week set a nice little short-term bottom. It has rallied and continued to press higher move highs for the most part, except for 2 days where it settled lower, but still it made a higher move high before doing so. Today we made a higher move high. We're trading just below this $07.92 area. This, I think, is a critical pivot point. Trading above this will have a sustained bullish momentum. I think that's going to target this $08.20 to $08.40 up in this area over the next couple of weeks. The euro pound may settle into a consolidation range, but I don't think that the euro Swiss is. I think that the euro right now in the short run has a good chance at still maintaining upside momentum, just as it is in some versus the dollar and a couple other currencies. So the Swiss is not getting, it's making new move highs against the dollar as well. But it's been in a much steeper slope, meaning that it's been trending and really bashing the dollar for the past couple of months, whereas the euro has been creeping higher, except for, well, obviously last month it's had a $6 move. But even still, as the severity of the other ones seem to be much more drastic versus the euro. Now let's see. We have the euro Swiss here. We made a lower move or higher move low. And then if you see like the main chart, we've been trending higher since November. We spiked all the way up here. So we came back here. This is a higher move low, and now we're short run, still making another run at the bullish resistance. Like I said, if we can sustain the trade above $07.92, which we're hovering just below, then I think you're going to still find a lot more buying momentum to catapult this back up to this $08.20 to $08.40 area. So the next currency on our agenda will be the EUROJPY. So the EUROJPY, what's going on in this one? Let's see, the Euro Yen. Okay, the Euro Yen has kind of settled into a range trade in front of the Euro Pound. The Yen has been a little bit neutral versus the dollar. It kind of bottomed. The dollar has found a little bit of strength in the Yen, where it's been getting really crushed by most of the other currencies globally. The Yen, it has not been so severe. It had already been in a bearish trend for a long time, and while the past few sessions, especially where the dollar has been getting hammered, the Yen has been rather gentle on the dollar. I think that's where you can attribute this Euro-Yen consolidation, and also with the Euro Pound coming into a consolidation over their trade deals. Like I said, the UK and Japan is already locked in theirs. They're one of the 57 countries that the UK has gotten pretty much through the negotiations they need to after regaining their sovereignty. The Euro, however, like I said, I don't know for sure how much that changes any of their deals with Japan. I think that just because the UK leaves doesn't really change anything with them. So in that regards, I think that gives you stability. So the Brexit, no Brexit, where it has a little wide range in the Euro Pound, I think in the Euro Yen, you're not going to see that very much of anything. Now, should the pound start to, should the yen weaken more against the dollar, then you may start to see the euro climb against the yen even more, especially if the euro remains in the US dollar on its highs. You know, if we don't have a big correction in the euro US dollar, and definitely if you see the dollar remaining strong versus the yen, then I think you're going to see this euro yen challenge this $26.75 level. Only below, we took made a little move for lower move lows today, but we're holding positive on the day. I think that if you key off the lows from last week around $25.76.75, that will keep the market afloat. If we have another failure here again, like we did today, meaning euro weakness versus the yen, then I think you're going to probably see this a correction that will take this market down below $1.25 half, targeting this $1.25 area. The slope of this trend currently is rather steep, even though it's widening, it's narrowing out right now. But we had a really aggressive start to this rally. We had a decent correction that was absorbed once again, especially as this month has been going through since the end of November into the middle of December. So, is it toppy? Could be. We'll see. Like I said, you have to key off of these two levels here: the dollar 126.75 and the 125.75 areas. Now let's see what we got here. We have this one next, and let's see, where do we go with the euro yen? Okay, where is that chart? Where is the chart? What do we do with it? Oops. Okay, where did our euro yen chart go? Okay, well then what we do is we'll pull up a new one. So we have Forex Trading Unlocked. We pull up this, and we go to our Forex markets. This is the nice thing about the Forex-Trading-Unlocked.com website. You pull up this little tab here, and now we can go down to any of the cross rates that we're talking about. Now, since we are talking about the euro, okay. Now let's see, we are going to the Euro Australian dollar. Okay, the Euro Australian dollar. This has been an interesting trade. The euro, of all the markets that's out there, is getting just crushed versus the Australian dollar. This is very similar to the US dollar or the Australian dollar US dollar trade. The Australian dollar has been very strong versus the dollar since March. The fact that it's so strong versus the euro gives me a kind of inkling that we're going to see a lot of divergence in the cross rates in January. So after we get through Brexit, and we have the post-Brexit that occurs, and we also now we have a confirmation of the election in the U.S., I think you're going to see so much volatility in the currencies and all the some of your lesser traded cross rates. So we'll be doing more of our in-depth analysis now, doing these breakdowns for each one, like the euro US dollar with these other crosses versus just looking at the dollar versus the pound and what have you. We're going to have a much more micro outlook now as we move into the new year. So once again, the euro Australian dollar, this thing is getting hammered. It's been trading lower since the end of October, trading near its lows right now. Now it's tried to spike higher today, and now it's falling apart. This is where I have to say, like, when it comes to overall euro strength, it would take a big rally here to confirm any type of change in trend with this one. So I think that while you are going to see euro strength versus the dollar, it's going to be very sideways versus the pound and the yen like we looked at, probably a little weaker versus the Swiss. The Australian dollar, at any upside move, I would have to say you're going to have to view as a corrective move. So I would pretty much trade off of this area here, the $61.79, and then the low from last week around $60.36. So that's for that part. Now let's go and finish up the Asiatic zone, and once again we'll just go to our little thing here. We pull up the Euro New Zealand dollar chart. So see how fast we can load this up on the Forex-Trading-Unlocked.com website. So the Euro New Zealand dollar, now this is a little bit different. Remember here we have the Australian dollar, it's just hanging above the lows. The Euro New Zealand dollar, on the other hand, had a nice bounce a couple weeks ago, made a lower move high. Now then last week it made a higher move low, and it's rallied since then. Today it made a higher move high over the past few sessions, but has yet not taken out this one here. So let's put this horizontal ray right here, and then we'll put another one here. So we're short-term bulls for the Euro New Zealand dollar, looking for this correction to get extended. A breach of $1.7282 here would target this $1.74 up to $1.75 area. A failure, however, from $1.7068 would be very negative, and then I think you would see this $1.70, $1.69 area getting penetrated in a very, very quick fashion. So let's see what we got. Next, we have the Euro Canada. So the Euro Canada, whoops, we brought the wrong one here. The Euro Canada right here. Let's see. So Euro Canada is, get that widened out. Now the Euro Canada, this is an interesting trade. So you think that the Euro US dollar, which has been a relentless bull, would look similar to the Euro Canada, and not so. This has been a very wide range trade for quite some time. So what does that mean? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? Yeah, we don't really have much of an opinion on the Euro Canada whatsoever. The UK and Canada, they settled. They're already settled with their trade deals and things like that. Once again, I don't think that between the EU and Canada things really change very much. So there's pretty much stability there. There's the Canada is very strong versus, it's hard for the euro, with the Canada being so strong versus the dollar, it's hard for the euro to really be that much stronger versus the Canadian. If you see the Canadian dollar all of a sudden give up ground to the US dollar, in that point, then I think you would see the Euro Canada start to get a rally. Right now, I wouldn't touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. It's a big, choppy range trade. Basically, I would say if you look at the range over the past few months, key off of these levels, somewhere between $1.5450, which we are now trading above here, and then up to $1.56. So in this little area here between $1.56 and $1.54, you're not going to have very much fun. It's like I said, it's going to be for range traders, not much of good swing trading opportunities to look forward to. All right, so now let's take a look at the euro and the Bitcoin. That's right. You can buy and sell Bitcoin in multiple currencies, the euro being one of them. So the euro Bitcoin, just like the US dollar Bitcoin, has been rallying, making new highs, especially today, going up to over 16,000, actually over 17,000. The high was 157 euros. So we have the market pressing higher move highs. Now here's the funny thing is, if Bitcoin is stronger than the dollar, and it's stronger than the euro dollar, meaning that's where the bull is, those are being the opposite ones, where would euro strength come in? Well, I guess if you see a big slide in Bitcoin, then you will probably see also a little bit of relief in the dollar and also in the euro, which obviously I guess the crypto whales out there are ditching euros and also dollars, and they're buying Bitcoin. So at what point do they want to take a profit, and does it start to come out the other way? Well, that'll be an interesting thing to see, won't it? I would say that as we pressure new highs and get back to above, you know, sustained above this 20,000 level, and for the U.S. Bitcoin, and now with the euro Bitcoin being back about just around 17,000 euros, as it pressures on to 18,000, we'll see if people start to take profit. You got to remember that Bitcoin just a few months ago was under 9,000 euros. So this is a very vertical slope We've had some big swings, especially if you just look back not too long ago, back in November. This thing was all over the place. It had a high of just under 16,400 euros and got down to 13,600 before bouncing again. So no market goes in one direction. We'll see when the profit taking comes. I would expect to see some swings that whatever the short-term new high does become, that you'll probably see a 1,000 to 2,000 euro correction at least, probably even more in the lines of 3,000 to 4,000 euros. Then find as some sort of a basing. And now let's see, what else do we have here? We have the euro US dollar. So let's go back to this one and see, since we're ending our webinar here, to find out where it's going, where it's trading at right now. So since we've been talking, the euro US dollar actually has fallen back a little bit. And look at the volume here. This is very interesting. Volume's been dropping off as we're heading towards these holiday markets. Like when we bottomed the day after, that was when there was a huge spike in buying. That's a lot. And now we don't have very much at all. This is very interesting to see how the volume is decreasing. So with that, what are we going to go to now? Now we're going to go to our quick reminder. So trades to watch. The euro US dollar, we're bullish. The euro pound, we're neutral between 0.9230 and 0.8982. For the euro Swiss, we're bullish above $1.075, targeting $1.082. For the euro yen, we're neutral between $1.2675 and $1.2575. For the euro Australian dollar, we're bearish below $1.1618, targeting $1.16. For the euro New Zealand dollar, we are bearish below $1.7285. We're bullish above that level. The euro Canadian, we're neutral between $1.5714 and $1.5402, or euros rather. And for the euro Bitcoin, we're obviously very bullish. So as far as futures trades for the euro US dollar, I would say that buying dips is the way to look at. Now here's the thing, we're coming into futures and options expiration. So as far as futures and options trades, I would say until we get through expiration and actually through the holidays, I would stay out of those markets. They're going to be very, very thin. Okay? So if you're going to trade the Forex markets or the currency markets, the Forex cash is the most liquid and best way to go. Be very leery of the next couple of weeks as we head into holiday markets. For futures and options traders, if you're going to go into directional trades at all, I would say put on vertical spreads, meaning a credit spread against whichever direction you want to go. So if you're bearish, like right now we're bullish the euro US dollar, so that would be selling the near puts and buying further out puts for a credit, and watching the time decay erode, which would be fairly neutral, but it will still be working a little bit in your favor, and the volatility, I believe, as we're buffering the highs. And then that would be if you're going to get into the futures options, that's what I would do. I'd still stay away from the futures because you're going to have a lot of erroneous trades because of the spreads unwinding. Then there's the binary options. Obviously, we're bullish, so I would say look to buy dips if you see a little nice correction, especially of a point, $1 to $1.50 in the euro. Bringing it back down towards that $1.19 area. Look for binary levels around there to get long. And I would say that those would probably be the trades. You only have a couple days left in the session this week, so be careful with that. And then also next to shortened holiday week, just like the following week, if you're going to trade binaries, they don't go through the whole week. They don't go as long as the cash does. So I'd be very leery of the binaries also as we head into the close. So with that being said, do we have any questions? It looks like we don't have any questions on... let's see, do we have anything on Twitch? We do not have any questions on Twitch. Do we have any questions on YouTube? Let's see, do we have any questions on YouTube? We're looking, screening. We have some viewers, but we don't have any questions. So it looks like we're all through with the Euro US dollar breakdown for you. But just please, just as one last reminder, remember to subscribe to Forex Trading Unlocked on YouTube, and also check out the book High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, available on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle versions. Thank you very much, and always check us out at forex-trading-unlocked.com.